Hey, y'all. I hope you were having the best day. I guarantee it's better now that you're listening to me. Hi, I'm Jennah Sears, your favorite North Texas realtor, and this is Come Home with Jennah. We have winter weather. Yes, it was 100 degrees last week, but this morning I woke up and it was 40 degrees and it was really cold. So, listen, all you cute little Midwesterners, that's cold for us. So I want to tell you all about how you can prep your home because, guys, it will freeze. It happens every year, and every year we forget. So here's just your happy little reminder what you should do to be prepared for the winters here in North Texas. First, I also want to explain, I know my clients who come from northern states get a little confused because y'all's homes up there are built to withstand freezes. I mean, how else do you live in the middle of Minnesota and make it through the winter with water? You're insulated appropriately. You also probably have a basement. We don't have those here. Well, there's a few, but it's really rare. So our pipes freeze. It just is kind of the way it is. What are you going to do? Especially if your water heater, let me just tell you, if you don't know where your hot water heater is and you don't know where your shutoff is, please, please, please immediately go find it. Because if your pipes do burst, you must turn your water off immediately to mitigate some of the damage. The other thing is know where your hot water heaters are. So if you have an older home in DFW, your hot water heater might be in your attic. Whose idea was this? Unsure, because when those burst, it is raining in your house. But that's just where a lot of them are. Mine is on the exterior of my house, and it always freezes. So, we insulate it, we wrap it, it's crazy. And, if you see that it is going to freeze overnight, please open up your faucets. You don't have to have them full blown open, but drip them because that is going to prevent that water from standing still and freezing. So you want to make sure they're all open. Now, I have a couple exterior walls on my house that have sinks, bathtubs, that kind of stuff on them. And as an extra precaution, because it is a bummer when your pipes freeze and you don't have water. I've learned this the hard way. So we have little space heaters that I'll put under sinks and kind of just point them at the wall because I need water and, you got to cook mac and cheese sometimes and take a shower. So first things first, pay attention if it's going to freeze, if it's even going to get anywhere near 32, open those faucets, drip those faucets, make sure that you are protecting. Oh, it's the worst. I had a client last year. They were one of my sellers. They were out of town and their pipes froze. And when that happened, their house flooded. So they had to come home to a giant mess. New carpet, new plumbing, new pipes, new drywall. I mean, it is expensive to do all that. So, know where your water shutoff is. And maybe if you're going to be going out of town and it is November, December, one of those colder months, just maybe turn your water off before you go out of town. You're not going to be using it. You're not there. And that is also going to prevent your pipes from freezing. So another thing that I always want to keep on hand, especially as it gets colder, because of we love ERCOT. That's our energy grid. But sometimes we lose power. And by sometimes, I mean the last couple of years, we've all had the rolling blackouts. So what do you need when all of your power goes off? You're going to need a flashlight. Check those batteries. You're definitely going to need, some granola bars because if your pipes freeze and you have no water and your electricity goes, you're going to be hungry and cold. So I have and a lot of my clients also do, I have a wood burning fireplace. So I make sure that at the beginning of the season, we have wood because a couple years ago, I think we went almost a week without services. And that was the only thing keeping us warm. So please make sure that you are prepared in that way. The other thing is your internet will absolutely work if you have power. So if a backup generator is available to you and that is something that you have in your home, test it. Test it now, because what a bummer to find out it doesn't work when you need it. So keep some food on hand. Make sure that you pay attention and either drip your faucets or turn your water off if you're going out of town. Check your batteries and your flashlights. Check your power sources. So maybe if you have a power block, make sure it's charged, know where it is. You definitely want to have warm clothing available to you. You want to make sure that you have some extra blankets and first aid kit. This is a great time to check that first aid kit. Make sure that you have basic supplies because our roads freeze here, and God bless our police, fire, EMS, but sometimes they just can't get to you. And it's better to be prepared and not in need than not prepared and in need. So you're also going to want to just make sure that your cars are ready. You want to make sure that you have some granola bars, some extra snacks. I like to keep maybe 3 or 4 days of food on hand that doesn't need to be cooked or heated. Although, fun fact, when your power goes out, if you have a gas stove and you've dripped your faucet so you still have water, you can cook. Yay, more mac and cheese. So these are just some of the things I like to check. The other thing is, please continue to water your foundation. The point of having that soaker hose or watering your foundation with a sprinkler system, something like that, you can also turn off your sprinkler system, by the way. If you're not going to be watering during the winter, go ahead and turn it off, because that's also a nightmare if those pipes freeze. And it's expensive, and you're going to have to resod. It's kind of a bummer. But your foundation, you want it to kind of have the same moisture levels all year round. So that's why we water our foundations, because in the summer it gets very hot, it gets very dry, and a lot of our soil here is clay, which means it expands. So just make sure that you just avoid foundation work, because clay is rough to build on, but we all do it, don't we? So I hope this was helpful for you. Make sure you pay attention to the weather, stay warm, and don't forget to have extra batteries on hand, y'all. This is Jennah Sears, your favorite North Texas realtor. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Stay warm this winter, and I'll see you next week. Bye.